from one who takes away your cloak, do not withhold your tunic either. Give to everyone who begs from you, and from one who takes away your goods, do not demand them back. And as you wish what others would do to you, do to them. If you love those who love you, what benefit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who do good to you, what benefit is that to you? For even sinners do the same. And if you lend to those from whom you accept to receive, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners to get back the same amount. But love your enemies and do good, and lend, expecting nothing in return, and your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High, for he is kind to the ungrateful and the evil. Be merciful, even as your Father is merciful. That's a whole lot. And I advise you later on your own time to go back to that and just read verse by verse. And each time you read a verse, just dwell on it, because there's a whole mess of stuff going on there. But I want to focus on the first two verses. But I say to you who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who abuse you. Who are our enemies? Vados and John. Who are our enemies? Anyone want to take a guess? Not even a guess, really an answer. Anyone? Who? Okay. Who are enemies? That first person that popped up in your head, probably what you think is an enemy. Real quick, I just want to pull a little thought out here for you to put in your back pocket. How we respond to difficult people says a lot about Jesus and our relationship with him. I want you to remember that we are often the only Jesus that some people see. In John 13:15, it says, for I have given you an example that you should do as I have done to you. In 1 John 2:6, it says, he who says he abides in him ought also to walk just as he walked. We could all go through seasons where it feels like we are continually surrounded by enemies. It seems that the whole world can become one enemy against us. In Luke 6:28, it says, bless those who curse you, pray for those who abuse you. The New King James Version says, bless those who curse you and pray for those who spitefully use you. This one's hard. Speaking from someone who has had enemies, who has felt like had enemies, it's hard to pray for people who have hurt you. And there's so many ways you can be hurt. You can be hurt mentally, physically, sexually, verbally, financially.
Yeah,
you can go through abandonment, discrimination, neglect, you can name it, and that can be an enemy in your life. And I just want to say right here, because this could be a very touchy subject, but if you ever are, or you are right now in a place where you don't feel comfortable and maybe you are dealing with something like that, please come talk to somebody. I'm always here. We have a whole staff that loves you guys dearly, and we want to be able to help you. But back to that. It's hard. It's really hard to be like, oh, that person, from one experience, that person abandoned me. They should have never, that was not fair. And I have to sit there and pray for them. Like, I don't know if I can do that, God. Like, that's just, they hurt me pretty deep, cut really deep. But the amazing thing is that when we start praying and we start being honest and saying, God, this person hurt me, but I want you to bless them. I want you to keep them. You know what you're doing? You're healing yourself. God has taken that and he's saying, you know what? You trust me? I'm going to do something with that. And I'm almost done, so the musician